Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HHW Show podcast. It is the pre-show of Night Two of WrestleMania, and now with Hector and Frank is out of sight for now. Hopefully, he'll join us later. If not, we're definitely going to catch him up on our post. I was going to say post game, but
Mhm.
post WrestleMania. So right after the main event, we're definitely going to recap the entire WrestleMania. But recapping now, Hector, night one was outstanding.
Yes, it was. I mean, if you look at the whole picture of everything together, it was an awesome night. It kicked off great, and if night two is going to be anything like what night one was, we're in for a hell of a treat tonight.
Absolutely. And of course, a lot of people are talking about the main event, how The Rock and Roman Reigns pretty much dominated the main event against Seth freaking Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
Mm.
But this morning, we'll get our reaction moving on to night two in just momentarily. But I would like to recap what happened today, this morning at the Slammy Awards. And I will start with the entrance of the year was Cody Rhodes. Do you agree? Do you feel like he really deserved that entrance of the year, or did you feel like another superstar really deserved it?
Look, when you catch that beat, that tune, and hit that one part in that song on whoa, dude.
Whoa, we're
Yeah.
definitely gonna have to give you a little bit more for karaoke there, right? But
No, I think they got the right. I think they had it
all
right on
right.
the button on that one.
I don't know, man. I think it would have been like it had the near score would be between him and Seth freaking Rollins. That's just me because when his tune ends, you were already getting ready for that vocal cord. Be like, whoa, whoa. You like that, right? I mean, my voice
No,
is awesome.
no,
No,
we'll give you
not
that
even
drink.
close.
We'll give
All
you
right,
some of
me
that
too.
drink.
All right, fair enough. I drink on with you, brother. Match of the year: Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair.
Look, I mean, they tore the house down last year, and why not give it to them? I mean, Rhea Ripley finally got over that hump and beating Charlotte Flair, and it was at the grandest stage of them all. And a year later, here we got Charlotte Flair, embracing Rhea Ripley. I mean, it's just a lovely thing. Yeah, I think they deserved it.
I think they also deserve this next one because of it was match of the year. I thought it was also the rivalry of the year, but they gave it to Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Only the fact that I feel like Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair had something brewing for a long time. But for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, yeah, there was a great rivalry, but it was a short rivalry.
Yeah,
So
very
that
short.
I mean, that was just my opinion. I'm not mad. I mean, it still stirred up the pot between the bloodline and Cody Rhodes, but it left and it came back. So I'm digging that. The other one was the breakout star. I 100% agree. L.A. Knight.
Look, this guy has just been ever since he was brought up to the main roster, has been shining out, doing his thing. He got the crowd behind him. He's a fan favorite. I mean, how can you not back him up with this? I mean, I agree. I like it.
Yeah, and I'm definitely backing him up later on in my picks against AJ Styles. Dude, that's one match right there. But another one that could have won, but I'm also liking this is that the NXT Superstar of the Year, Tiffany Stratton.
This Tiffy time, you
Oh,
know.
she said it was Tiffy time this
Yes.
morning. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And she even had the crowd. I know there were a lot of reporters, but they were chanting her name, Tiffy time, and everything else. So watch out 2024 because Tiffany Stratton, I got more questions about that later, especially in the women's division. The fan chat of the year was LA Knight.
You know, I think you could have given that to Seth Rollins. I mean, everybody's always behind that. That
How
chant
many
of Seth
times
Rollins.
does Seth
Yeah.
Rollins got to be in the middle of the ring,
Hmm.
not do nothing, and you still hear his chant?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, LA Knight has to
He had,
dictate,
yeah.
right?
All Seth got to do is put the mic out, and
Yeah.
everybody
Just
ranks it
stand
up.
there. You hear it. Um, yeah, yeah. The mic drop of the year, Paul Heyman. Anybody else?
Hall of Famer.
Hall
That's
of
it.
Famer, right? I don't think there was anybody else. I think it was only his name on the ballot on that one. Uh,
And that wasn't a prediction. That was a spoiler.
Absolutely. Trash talker, The Rock.
Okay, but I mean, he hasn't even been full. He's not even a full time, superstar.
Yeah, and I questioned that because they're basing off 2023, but The Rock only started trash talking at 2024.
Right, when he come about this whole
Right. So when
thing,
they
yeah.
replayed everything happened after the new year. So I was like, what we basing this on? But
Right.
anyway, the one award I don't understand is what is a Rizzy winner? I don't know what that is.
Never heard that word,
Never heard
never
it.
heard
But
that
Seth Rollins
saying.
won it. I don't know what it is, but
Rizzy.
word. Rizzy.
Could
I
it be
know.
his outfits that he's been wearing?
Is either that or Becky Lynch because they both be wearing some weird outfits from time
I
to time.
I think he got her last night on that one. Good lord, I'm
Uh,
still figuring out that what was on his shoulder.
what is that?
I don't know. I thought it was a flower. People said it was a hat. I don't
Flower?
know.
It was a what?
A hat.
A hat. I
Yeah,
never wore a hat on
like
my shoulder.
those big old church hats that women be wearing sometimes.
Woman be wearing.
I
Okay.
know. I know. Yep.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
know. W-
Whoa, whoa, yeah.
Yeah. We're moving on to the villain of the year, Dominic Mysterio.
When you can actually pick up the mic and before say anything, everybody boos you out of the stadium. Poor
Yeah.
kid. He can't even
Yeah.
get a word out.
Yeah. Social star of the year is Drew McIntyre. I don't like this pick.
Mm,
I would have picked and chosen our truth.
yeah. Yeah.
R2 deserved it. I mean, you're talking about the dude's over 50 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. No, I think he's like
And
52. Yeah.
right. And he still knows how to blend in with the people. Right.
Oh, yeah. He
And
does.
and look, he even had the crowd behind him during the match. I thought our truth was the one. I could have leaned over for Liv Morgan, but our truth to me should have won this one. The faction of the year, Judgment Day.
I think so. I like that one. I mean, they done more as a faction than anything, especially the bloodline. I mean, seriously.
They
They
had the Alpha Academy. They did have the Bloodline. But I was like, now the Judgment Day's been able to go both brands and stuff and branch out. And you know how the faction started with Edge and then moving on to Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. But I like that pick as well.
yeah.
The female superstar of the year goes to Rhea Ripley.
You ain't arguing here. No argument here.
But we argued last week of who was supposed to win the Women's World Cup, and you and Frank decided to pick Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
So I'm
I,
like,
I'm just trying
I
to
would have.
base that. I thought I'm just basing that off of a match, but overall, yeah, when you talk about an overall superstar, I think Rhea Ripley is the man. I mean, dude, I don't know. The more you look at her, the more prettier she gets. It seems
She's
like,
mommy, man. She's
yeah, she
mommy.
is. And
Yeah.
I did look up that word Rizzy.
Oh,
It's a slang word. Slang is a
oh,
slang word. Yeah, just meaning
slang meaning
to charm, to be sweet, be cool, nice. So
whatever. No, he's
he,
none of
yeah,
the above.
he's
No.
trying to be hip. I don't know.
Nah, you can hip your ass over there and trying to win a match with your messed up knee. All right. Moving on to the male superstar of the year, Cody Rhodes. Do you agree with that?
I think so because he's ever since he's come back, he's have a purpose and he's got the people following that purpose. What he's calling
Okay.
finishing that story, and so
Mm.
it's that purpose that he's holding on to, and that he's getting everybody to stand behind him and believing. So yeah, I mean he doesn't since he's been back, not having a title around his waist every week still makes him the top-notch superstar to be following. And so I think he is the male superstar of the year over somebody like Seth Rollins or even Roman Reigns who has titles.
Nah,
I agree.
I would have picked Gunther because he's the one that was the Intercontinental Champion for the whole entire year.
I get
He's
it.
the one that defended the title all the time. He didn't shy away from the competition.
Right.
As a
Right.
matter of fact, he's in pursuit for the vacation. Uh, pursuit to compete against anyone behind the locker room. And not only did he did it on Raw, but previous to that, he did it on SmackDown. Okay.
But we didn't
Um,
see, but we didn't see Gunther as much television time and storyline time on the mic like we have Cody Rhodes week in and week out.
yeah,
You
but
know,
I mean,
so
yeah, what you said it, storylines and stuff like that. But more action really came from
yeah,
Gunther,
I
right?
agree. I agree.
They had Logan Paul on the list. I was like,
Oh
oh hell no.
no,
They had Roman Reigns. Hell no.
no,
Cody Rhodes, and then of course they did have Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins to me would have been deserving. I
he
wouldn't
could have.
mind if he had won. But I get it. Cody Rhodes. I mean, he had matches with Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins himself. Um, I don't know. I mean, there was even he was a tag team champion
Yeah, for a
with
whole minute.
Jey
Yeah.
Uso, right?
Hmm.
So absolutely, the OMG of the year it goes no other than CM Punk and his grand entrance over there at the Survivor Series. They got me. Oh my god! I was like, I didn't expect that. I expected Randy Orton, but I definitely didn't expect oh what you call it, CM Punk to
I
show up.
know. It's almost like he took it. He took that away from Randy Orton because Randy Orton showed up at the same time.
So on that note, he did admit to it. And then he won the next award because they didn't let him, excuse me, they did not leave him, or shall I say, they didn't allow him to leave the stage. There we go. Because the next award was Return of the Year, and that was CM Punk. And he did say not to take the thunder away from Randy Orton because he should have deserved it
Right.
too.
Yep. I agree.
But he acknowledged him, but he also acknowledged the people because it's the people that made CM Punk. It's the people that make the superstars. So the awards go to them. And he
Yeah.
was very thankful and everything else. And by, to be honest with you, CM Punk never really left WWE because when he did step away and go on a different course, the fans still chanted for CM Punk throughout the whole entire time he was out of WWE.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, they
Yeah.
should have given it to Randy Orton, but yeah, I think he's got more of a pop than
All
Randy
right.
Orton. Yeah.
Let's go ahead because we're going to do the takeaway of night one, how we gathered. But before we do, here we go. Let's go ahead and review and recap the matches. Jey Uso defeated Jimmy Uso. The twins, third time in history that the brothers go after each other. But this time around, uh, Jay wins, but I was a little bit disappointed on this because the fact that the father never showed up. Rikishi, I thought Rikishi would be there for his family, for his sons. You know, like I expected that, but it never happened.
Wake me up when
Um,
you're done. Because that's
yeah,
how
I
boring
know.
this was. That
You
it's like,
text me on that, be like, yo, this match is boring. And I'm
God.
like, oh, you gotta, it's the story, the built up. And I thought that one moment that I thought the brothers, my vision was that the brothers will hug it out at the end of the match, regardless who won or not, right? But none of it happened. And there's still hatred between the brothers for Jimmy's sake, not for Jay. I think Jay is still emotional. Probably happy that it's done and over with, but the fact that they didn't unite, and that's something that I wish that happened.
One thing that really disappointed me in this match as a fan, besides the fact that the match was a snoozer, was that to me they watered down Shawn Michaels' super kick because there's no way if you would have gotten a super kick from Shawn Michaels, you would have been getting up that many times. These two kicked the mess out of each other's jaw. Dude, if I was to kick you like that, you're gonna tell me you're gonna get up and tell me, give me another one?
Because they
I
don't
mean,
kick as hard as Shawn Michaels. That's why.
oh, dude, it was just ridiculous. I mean, super kick after super kick, and
I know
I'm
they were
glad.
super kicking each other. They were countered with a lot of super kicks, but
Good lord,
Jay ended up with the winning side of the house on that one. And
sure,
then the signature move, the splash. I mean, how many
mm,
times can you get out of that, right?
yeah. You're not Jimmy
uh,
Superfly Snooker.
not as strong as he is, but on that note, Rey Mysterio and Andrade defeated Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. I don't know how the Eagles came out to play along in this.
Oh, that's easy because they
Yeah.
can't win a Super Bowl, so they got to
Uh,
do something to get the main
wait, whoa,
event.
whoa, whoa, whoa. They did no what
No, they lost to
the
the Chiefs.
organization has won a
Yeah,
Super Bowl,
but the
but you're talking
last
about the personnel that are currently there. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
previously the last Super Bowl they went to, they got beat, so they got to have some kind of victory at their own
mm,
stadium. At a no, it's just
yeah.
it's weird.
However, I am curious because the question, and you can follow me on hhwshow.com, and the fact is that Dragon Lee got attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he got assaulted. Andrade was the guy that had Rey Mysterio's back because that's his idol, and he got pushed around by Dominic, and that forced Andrade not only to become babyface but also reunite with Zelina Vega. That was awesome, and to have this match. But I'm telling you right now, Carlito is guilty of attacking Dragon Lee.
No, I agree. I know we didn't see nothing, love that last night, but yeah,
No,
yeah.
because
Well,
watch this. Why is no one talking? Why is Santo Escobar or the Galán de Fantasma ever make claim? They always make a claim when they do something, and it's never been brought up. Carlito, and hopefully on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, we might get those answers. Dragon Lee has to know who did it, unless he got blindsided. But I think Carlito, because he was not chosen to be Rey Mysterio's partner, I think that is the key right there. And their celebration, if you tune in, Carlito was always behind, never up front, never was vocal. He just smiled, and stuff like that. So watch out for that. As far as the other side, Dominic Mysterio, I don't know, man. Something tells me, we're talking about breakups of the Judgment Day and stuff like that, but Dominic Mysterio made a bad decision to have Andrade. It kind of backfired. You see that? And we haven't had that moment moving on to Raw yet. And yet he allowed the Santo Escobar and the whole crew to be in Judgment Day area. I'm a little bit suspicious as to where they go from here.
mm-hmm.
Okay. And then on top of that, Judgment Day did lose the titles. We'll talk about that more later. But here it is. Something else that I didn't realize is that all the four belts were hanging on top. And so there's a split in the tag team division. There's no longer the undisputed. We now have a Raw tag team champions and a SmackDown tag team champions. R-Truth and The Miz, they won it. And then, of course, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. You see Triple H there congratulating them both. I think we could assume that they're going to hold those titles just a little while, leading out for maybe a couple of more premiums. But there you have it. There's no longer an undisputed tag team champs.
I'm glad they finally got to split these titles up, but you're right. Shame on us for missing this piece of they could actually split the titles up because we didn't kind of make that prediction. But yeah, it's good. I mean, look, Grayson Waller finally wins a title. Miz finally wins a WrestleMania. It's helped. It's good for business everywhere. I'm liking what Triple H is doing here. It's helping the business out with these superstars, giving opportunities, and I
Right.
like that.
Absolutely.
I
I
like that.
like it. I was hoping that Pete Dunne and Bate would win it.
Right.
It didn't go into my favor. I think they are the workhorse of the tag team division. I still feel like these two present are like the biggest clowns of WWE. And I'm not saying as a negative. I'm saying that like there's always a storyline where you can laugh. There's always a story where then there's a lot of stupidity, you know, but there's great entertainment on these.
Mm-hmm.
But there's got to be a tag team division that's gonna take it away. That's serious and they're there for business, like the Imperium. I can see the Imperium trying to chase after it for Raw or Judgment Day, but on the other side, excuse me, why not Kevin Owens and Randy Orton be tag team champions? I mean, it seems to be buddy buddy, but it depends on the outcome. What happens tonight for the
Right.
United States Championship?
Yeah.
Mommy Sita right there, Rhea
Mm.
Ripley winning. And I told you from the beginning, once they got together, it's like there's no way Becky Lynch is going to win.
Right.
her time is past already. She's not winning another championship while she's in WWE, unless she's a tag team again. But Rhea Ripley is the most dominant woman in WWE right now, and you got to be at her level. And the only two superstars that I could see that is worthy enough to take that title away from her is not even on Raw. They're on SmackDown. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
You talking about two women with power that can match power for power with Rhea Ripley. Um, the only slight advantage I might give Rhea Ripley is uh, the fact that she's been champion for quite some time. That might give her the advantage over Cargill with experience.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? With Belair, well, Belair's been champion, but yeah, I think she keep this title around her waist for a while. Judgment Day can stay together because she'll be that glue. She's that piece that keep them together because she's like, look, I'm the champion. It's possible that things can get turned around here. She's the voice of reasoning. But yeah, she's still gonna have a target on her back though. So she's got to be careful.
Will she play a major role tonight to allow Damian Priest to cash in the Money in the Bank?
She will be the only one, but we know there's a lot of variables with that.
But she has connections with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has connections with Paul Heyman. I mean, we're going to go on and on and on, but I think we are not going to sit back and not see Rhea Ripley tonight. I expect to see her tonight, some way down the line. I mean, if she gets shut out, I mean, I don't know what to say about Judgment Day because then they didn't even keep their promise because they always wanted all the gold.
Yeah,
So,
right.
All right, speaking about these superstars, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill also add on Naomi. They call themselves the three, man, the top three. It seems like I'm watching the Boston Celtics back in the days when the top three over there won their championship. I think it was back in 2018 or so. But yeah, man, these guys were dominant, and these superstars are our future right now, and they took care of Damage Control. The thing is that there's just one more night to see Damage Control, and that will be for the women's championship with Bayley versus Io Sky. More to follow on that. The Rocky Balboa story here. Sami Zayn did the impossible, and that is defeat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. How you feel about that?
I'm happy. I'm glad that he won it. But leading up to it last night, they made it more predictable that he was going to win. And that part I did not like. When you start showing him backstage with his wife and his kids, okay, that just already told you what was going to happen. It was a no-brainer. I could have betted my mortgage on that. Okay.
Oh,
seriously.
Be careful.
No, I'm being serious. And then leading into the match, why was Gunther taking his time? He never takes his time. Why is he just beating around the bush and altercating with his wife? He never did that before. He never done things that he did last night ever before, just to let us know that he's fixing to drop this title. I mean, it could have been a little bit better. I don't give it an A. I might give it a B plus at the best.
Oh, we're grading now. Okay. All right.
It's just that it
Mr. Hector.
It could have been a little bit better.
Look, as soon as I knew that he was getting trained up, it almost felt like Apollo Creed was helping Rocky Balboa for his next boxing match, right? Remember, he had to get tough for Mr. T, right? And I felt that was the situation here.
Right.
But hey, congrats. But this is the takeaway that Gunther should not be going after Intercontinental Championship no more. He don't need to. He'll be going after the heavyweight championship.
Rightfully so, he should.
That, or should he be on the list for the Money in the Bank match in the near future? All right. I mean, we still have Damian Priest still with the case. He got till July to cash in, July 1st. However, there's something brewing for Gunther, and I will expect him to be the World Heavyweight Champion by the end of 2024. And of course, the main event, The Rock and Roman Reigns win. And the stipulation is if they win, the main event of night 2 will be Bloodline Rules between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I expect every superstar from WrestleMania 1 to 39 to be in this match tonight.
Hulk Hogan always said he always wanted to get back in the ring.
I'm just saying. Look,
Yeah.
we knew this was going to happen because we want chaos. We love chaos, and they want to bring that to us for night two. I
Hmm.
think, I think this match, this main event tonight is going to be far better than what it was last night. I'm glad
Uh-huh.
it did pick up because it was getting stale. I was getting tired. I was getting bored, but it finally did pick up. But my thing is, when The Rock got hit with the spear, why was his face like in such agony? Like he never been hit with anything harder in his life.
That's Roman Reigns for
Yo,
you, man.
I'm like, he looked, I mean, he looked
He
like,
said Brock Lesnar got nothing. He said Goldberg got nothing.
and
But
then they both
yeah.
got pedigreed at the, oh my God.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then he got up. I mean, what happened there?
He's the
Um,
final boss. The final
yeah, he's the
boss.
final boss. And he was very bossy because he told the referee, don't count him out. Right? Like everything is his rules. Like I didn't know it was bloodline rules during this match. I thought that was the stipulation. Just saying. Just saying. Um, but also the takeaway is Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, he's busted. He didn't listen to Drew McIntyre's advice to stay away. He
Mhm.
wanted him at 100%. Now what? You were cleared. Now you're not even 100% for tonight. And please don't show up in the ring limping because I'm just going to be like, all right, Drew McIntyre wins.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
is that because there's a follow on? Is it that easy to predict that Drew McIntyre is going to win? Or is there a cash in? That's it. That's all I care about.
Right. I know Frank has said that, but then you said,
Mhm.
okay, you have to pick a winner, and Frank had a point there, that could be a catcher because we're gonna see it by way Drew McIntyre moves tonight. The way he dictates the match tonight, if he does anything like what Gunther did, then we know Seth Rollins is gonna win that match.
Right.
Okay. You gotta take care of the wounded prey. Take care of it, get it out all the way. Just don't play around. But you know how Drew McIntyre is. He's going to drag this thing out for some reason. I got Drew McIntyre winning this match, but if he plays too much, it's going to be his own fault, and he got nobody but to blame himself.
Well, we'll like I said, we'll
Good
cover that
Lord.
very shortly here. Let's tune into this right here because here is our standings right now. I'm in second place or last, whatever you want to call it, but Hector and Frank are 6-1.
I like the
I'm 5 and
pictures.
2.
I like the
Huh?
pictures. The
Oh, of
pictures,
course.
the pictures fit perfect. So Frank got
Yeah.
the smiles like, "Wow, I'm finally winning something." Me,
Oh my God.
me, I'm looking at it like, dude, I mean, this is already expected. That's how I'm looking
Mhm.
at it. Like,
Yeah.
and then you looking at it because like I'm trying to crunch these numbers to make sure, am I really in last? Or am I or did I miss
There
something?
you go. There you go. Funny guy there. Funny guy.
But
All
look, we're
right.
doing great. We're doing great. I
We're
like
doing great. We got 6 more matches, and
Mm.
mathematically, we already know our picks here. We shared it already. If you tuned into our pre-show, there's only a couple of changes we've made, and we're gonna go over it real quick. But besides that, the really the biggest loser right now could be you, Hector, because if we got two differences, and if you lose them both matches, you're out. And
I'm
either
out.
Hector or myself could win it. But if you,
You and this Hector and Hector thing. What is this? You just
what is Hector?
you just said if
Oh,
I
I
may
don't understand why I can't say Frank's name. Where is Frank? God damn it, Frank, you need to be here. All right. But anyways, you're tuning in to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, the HHW Show podcast. Visit our website, hhwshow.com. We'll go ahead and real quick and recap, or shall I say, not recap, tell you our next matches for tonight. Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, triple threat match for the United States Championship. You did say Logan Paul was going to win.
Yes.
Why is that?
Look, you got besides the fact that Prime is being advertised all over WrestleMania at Philadelphia Lincoln Financial Field, the fact is you got two other guys going after that title who claim to be They're going to work together. They claim to be friends in this situation, allies. Nothing. Nobody's allies when it comes to a title. These two are going to beat the mess out of each other to try to get to Logan. Logan's going to capitalize like the little snake that he is. And like I said before, I'm going to eat my own vomit on this. Logan Paul is going to capitalize on them two tearing each other apart. And he's
Logan
going to,
Paul's gonna have some help to win. He's not doing this by himself. He got the brass knuckles and he got some whatever crew. And I
the
won't be
pride.
surprised if the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions show up and disrupt this whole thing. I agree with you, but I'm still sticking with my pick. Kevin Owens is the biggest surprise. I just thought that there was many times he should have taken the title.
Right.
But then there's also Randy Orton, and Frank did pick Randy Orton to win. So, and this one is very important because, heck, if you win this match, you get closer to winning, and your win streak continues on. And which I'm trying to not let you win, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
The 6-man tag between Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross. I'm gonna go back to Sami Zayn's story, and this is the reason why Rocky Balboa type stuff. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits been just getting jumped and getting beat. There's not a time where they had the upper hand.
Yeah.
Tonight, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits win.
Yeah, I agree. I know before I was saying that the Final Testament was going to win this because AOP just seems to be that type of tag team that just can't seem to lose. But it's not about the tag teams in this match. It's about Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross. That's who it's about in this match. And Bobby Lashley will get that upper hand on Karrion Kross. So Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits will come out victorious.
I see a singles competition for the next premium event.
Right.
Only Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Moving on to the women's championship, Io Sky versus Bayley. We unanimously picked Bayley to win this.
Yes.
I think Damage Control made a poor decision of backstabbing Bayley, and you just don't backstab the person that is one of the 4 horsewomen.
Right, exactly. She's one of the pioneers of that. And
Mm-hmm.
now she's gonna have help whether she realizes it or not. She's gonna have people to back her up. Just as
Bianca
a
Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi got to make their presence tonight. It's
yes,
not over.
right.
I'll be disappointed the fact that they're just gonna let Bayley just fry. And I know Bianca Belair has other differences and stuff, but I don't know.
I think she's listening to Naomi. She's listening to her more. I think that's gonna help her out. So
Absolutely, I think so. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. We unanimously picked LA Knight, and he's the breakout star of the year, man. You can't just have him be the breakout star of the year, and then all of a sudden he loses to AJ Styles. I'm sorry.
I agree. And
Yeah.
I like the fact that these two are really trying to give us something that's not overshadowed by the bloodline because they went at it at the press conference. Okay. And
Mhm.
so to me, it's like they're collaborating together to say, look, let's make people want to enjoy this match,
Mhm.
and not tune us out. So they're doing their own thing, and I'm loving it how they're working together to make us stay intrigued with this match because we all know the bloodline got control of everything right now.
Absolutely.
So I'm loving this LA Knight.
The winner
Yeah.
of this could eventually put themselves back into a title contention for the undisputed heavyweight championship. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I was leaning with Seth, but things just I don't know, man. It's just not looking good for Seth Rollins. Becky Lynch loses. He's gonna lose. Drew McIntyre, he better not pull that stunt like he did the last few matches he had with Seth Rollins. Because if he starts dancing around, wasting time to pin him, he's gonna lose.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But watch out because Frankie keeps saying, cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Right.
I think Mommy's gonna make it known. I think for the goodness sake, I think Judgment Day may dictate this match because they can't stand Drew McIntyre unless Mommy says something, right? I just see a mess when it comes to this. Or will the final boss do something about this?
Yeah, I have a bad feeling that the bloodline is going to intervene somehow. It's one of those you scratch my back, I scratch your back. If I
Mhm.
help you win the title, do you help the tribal chief retain his title? It's like
It's a lot. It's a
It's
lot
a
of.
lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot, especially coming on for this one right here. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Will Cody finish the story? We got a fan here that says Cody is going to win it. Um, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's like everything's so unpredictable. Should Roman Reigns win tonight, expect him to break Hulk Hogan's record.
Right.
Then
I
we're gonna have to wait till after September.
right.
Okay.
Right.
I just feel like this is it for Cody Rhodes. He has to finish the story. But will
And
he finish the story for a little bit and maybe Damian Priest? The Judgment Day and the Bloodlines have seen eye to eye in certain things. There's a lot of combinations, and we could
yeah.
go back for the last 2 years of Judgment Day existence with
Hmm.
the Bloodline. They've negotiated before.
Hmm.
So again, it's just uh
If Cody wins, he's well deserving of it, and he will hold it for a long time because now he becomes the face of SmackDown because you won't have that face on SmackDown. He will have to move to SmackDown and stay there to defend that title. He has no purpose on Raw. That's only if he wins. And we
if
already talked.
Cody wins, who is next?
Right. That's the main question. Could it be The Rock? But I don't like that idea. I
But
don't.
The Rock says he's gonna be around for a while, so
Right.
something's brewing here.
Right.
Or do I go back to my original prediction and say that The Rock will turn on Roman Reigns?
Right.
But then it doesn't seem fitting because there's no sign of The Rock even wanting to do that.
Right.
But
But he could have he could
he
have an
still wants a
awful
seat at the table.
because he did that with Nation of Domination. He played into their hands until the timing was right before he backstabbed the whole Nation of Domination.
And maybe that's why his bloodline rules
Right.
because of him. I don't know, man. I love it. I mean, you went for Roman Reigns. Frank and
Yes.
I went for Cody Rhodes. That was
Yes.
the other difference maker.
Hmm.
And I just can't wait until tonight, which starts at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm loving it. Oh, I'm so loving it.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that pretty much wraps up our prediction show. Hector, thank you
Yes,
once
sir.
again. I know you got some food waiting for tonight.
Ready.
Same as here.
Mm.
And we'll be back right after WrestleMania's main event to discuss the whole entire thing and what will be next for our prediction here right now for the next premium event. Thank you.
If I win tonight, you might as well just induct me in the Hall of Fame.
What?
Yeah.
What? What?